the rant was about. The rant wasn't Courtney Williams is a bad person. I'm a perfect person. This Rashad Milligan is the road to two. We talk about mental. That's another thing. We talk about mental health, and we talk about mental health is real. So and so is real. But dang, when someone's struggling. Okay, guys, let's get to it. I didn't do any Twitter spaces, any after parties, any after discussions on social media. I literally came right from the Christina Williams live. And first things first, I just want to establish this. If you're new to the channel, this is the Road to 2K subs. The past couple of days has been so much negativity on the channel. You know, I had the rant against the Las Vegas Aces, and you know, obviously the social media rant with this thing that I'm addressing again. And I honestly am kind of just, I have story fatigue from it, from just saying the same thing seemingly over and over and over again in regards to this team. But you know, if it's being requested and it's still new developments in it, it's also, I feel like, my duty to follow up with it and with all the new information and stuff like that. But there's been a lot of negativity on the channel the past couple of days, so I just want to start off with a little positivity, a little woo-saw, if you will. And I want to give Christina Williams her flowers. Salute to Christina Williams, the CEO of Girls Talk Sports Inc. Incorporated, and she was a member of last year's Forbes list 30 under 30. So salute to Christina Williams. Amazing interview tonight on Instagram Live. I commented that a couple times and stuff like that on the live, and man, it was just a great interview with Mr. Marcus, who is the agent for Courtney Williams. And I had assumed Crystal Bradford. Shout out to Howie, first of all. Shout out to Howie. That's my guy. Well, he's not my guy. I'm not. I shouldn't have lied like that. But he's someone who shouted out my work before. But yeah. Shout out to Howie. But he was saying the thing about Crystal Bradford and Chennedy. Not Chennedy Carter, excuse me. Courtney Williams, they weren't going to get signed. The Dream didn't plan to re-sign them this year, as they are both free agents going into the offseason. And so, like, with that being said, with the Dream moving on, and with what Crystal Bradford said this morning on social media, what she said, she put out about 3 or 4 tweets. They were in all caps, you know what I'm saying? And she was just pretty much saying, like, dude, that wasn't what I wanted to do in that situation. I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to have to stove off people. I was just defending a friend. I saw a friend about to get jumped, as a lot of the comments have brought up to me, which I already knew because I seen the video and watched the YouTube video. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, she said, I didn't want this to happen. It wasn't the moment I was most proud of in my life. And I want to move on from it, and I want to remain positive, right? So that's what she's put out earlier this morning. And then later in the day, it comes out that the Dream aren't going to re-sign her. They're not going to bring her back. And just for the background information, if you didn't hear on the last video, she's someone who has worked her butt off for like the last 5 or 6 years trying to get back in the league, in the W, in America, after playing overseas and stuff like that. She finally gets back in the league. She has a pretty darn good season. She shot the ball a lot, but she had a pretty darn good season, and she hurt her foot. And she was on the scooter, and that's how, she rode the scooter to pitcher day, and that's how the year ended. So, just a very unfortunate ending for her, but that is what happened with Crystal Bradford. So, bringing it back now. Courtney Williams has, okay. I guess I'll address some of the comments I've been starting to get lately on it. So, I'd assume a lot of the people, the new people who came in later or whatever to comment on it, they probably never seen me before. Or seen the channel. So, I guess I just have to lay a little background information. So, going here, at the time I recorded the video, it was like, what, Sunday night? Yeah, it was Sunday night. So this was before she posted, the apology. And this was before she retweeted tweets about giving people grace and letting people give them forgiveness and second chances and stuff like that. She changed up her whole tone. Sunday night, she was posting about, she was doubling down and tripling down and quadrupling down on the video. Dang, I didn't know the video was going to make so much noise. And then it was like, I don't condone violence, but in that situation, it was my only option. It came down to it, and I had to do it. All the people are saying, yeah, she was about to get jumped. She was about to get jumped. What you want her to do? Get jumped? Like, and just turn the other cheek and go to the ER? Or you want her to stand up for herself and defend herself? Self-defense, that's also what she told Christina Williams. Going back to, once again, salute to Christina Williams on the amazing reporting job that you have done in the past few years. In the past few days and years. This is what I want to clarify. I don't think Courtney Williams is a bad person. I don't think she's a bad person. I don't know her from a can of paint, but from what I've seen at the games and all the stories, I don't think she's a bad person. Never in that rant did I say I thought she was a bad person. The thing I did think that wasn't the smartest thing, and the rant I went on, the title of the video is Courtney Williams fight, who was involved, what happened on the Atlanta Dream / social media rant. I went on a rant about social media and the way you should carry yourselves on social media with the platform especially. That's what I went on a rant on. So the thing that I was going on a rant on with Courtney Williams, like I said, because one of the comments said, one thing, she is human. What was she supposed to do? We all make mistakes. I literally said that in a video. Anyways, that was one thing I said, that I'm human. I've got into some talking matches and everything like that in public with people online about skipping lines and, just talking to people in general, or maybe a drunk dude like bumps into you at the bar and I'm like, yo, like, what you doing, bro? Like, what I'm saying? I've gotten into situations, in high intensity. It's just bound to happen when you're surrounded by a bunch of people outside. Like, it happens, right? So I said, in no way, shape, or form am I perfect, but I have lived and I have learned, and I feel like in this situation, some people, including Courtney Williams, can live and learn from this situation. And I feel like from the apology she issued the next morning, which was, let me read it out loud. I want to sincerely apologize for the video posted yesterday. I would never want to represent myself or the organization in a negative way. I'm learning every day, so I ask for grace as I'm growing. Again, I apologize to all attached, and I will be better moving forward. That is what she said. Okay, moving on. That's what she said. So I think she learned, okay, this is a mistake, blah, blah, blah. I messed up. I don't think she released the video with just ill intent. What I was getting on her for is, why would you even release the video? And people were saying, well, the video was already going, circling around social media. Apparently this happened, as Marcus said in the interview tonight, apparently this thing happened 5 months ago. 5 months ago from October would be May. That would be before the WNBA season started, if I'm not mistaken. Because he said it was before the season started, okay? So he said it was before the season started. He said it was 5 months ago, and since it was so long ago, that's why the Atlanta Dream weren't releasing an official statement about what went down, right? So this happened 5 months ago. Apparently, like some of the comments have told me, the video was already circulating on social media. She wasn't the first person to bring it to light. She was just making fun of it. I didn't hear about it before this. And even in Courtney's video, she says that like the people involved were like tagging her basketball team, so the Atlanta Dream, they were tagging the Atlanta Dream all season long and stuff like that throughout the season, talking about it and stuff. I didn't see this once. So the thing is, regardless of what the community was and whatever, it wasn't that many people. It wasn't 60,000 people that you brought it to light on your YouTube channel within a couple hours before you took it down. And it wasn't, to the hundreds of thousands of people who have been talking about it on social media and on the internet for the past 3 days. Like, so you brought light to it. That is a mistake. That is what the rant was about. Was a mistake there. Why would you put this out on the internet for yourself? With your platform, it was just larger than any other fans or any other person who was in that Club Line's platform. Why would you do that to yourself? That's what the rant was about. The rant wasn't, Courtney Williams is a bad person. I'm a perfect person. This Rashad Milligan is the road to 2K subs. Have a great day. That wasn't the video. That wasn't the video at all. Wanted to clarify that. Back to the live. Marcus, so he goes on there and, Christina asked him, have you talked to Renee Montgomery about this situation? Because he said, yeah, I talked to the organization. The organization said we're not going to put out a statement, as I said earlier, because It was so long ago. So now going, the comments ask, what about Renee? So then Christina goes, well, have you spoken to Renee Montgomery about it? And he says, what did he say? He was like, nah, I haven't spoken to her in years. Mind you, he's not only the not the GM, the agent. He's not only the agent. I keep saying GM, the agent for Courtney Williams. He's also the agent for Crystal Bradford and Tiffany Hayes. He's the agent for all three of them. At least on the Dream. That's 3 players on the Dream. Tiffany Hayes has been on the Dream since Angel McCautry and Jesus, when they was playing in Phillips Arena. It wasn't even State Farm Arena. It was Phillips Arena back then. She's as OG as it gets with the Atlanta Dream. Her and Elizabeth Williams. Her and E. They're the 2 most OG players on the roster. He said that. Okay, smells a bit fishy, but all right. She also asked him about Tiffany Hayes. Speaking of Tiffany Hayes, Chennedy Carter, excuse me, I'm getting confused. I'm looking at Courtney's Twitter feed right now. That's why I got it confused. Chennedy Carter tweets out, somewhere with folks with class, somewhere with people who embrace your talent, somewhere that you're loved. She used the wrong euro, but it's all right. Somewhere you can actually win, ... That's what she put out. Now, Chennedy has sent some past shots, some past subliminals on Twitter before about this situation, about the Dream suspension. That's another thing. The people are like, why are you going so hard on... The thing with this situation of Courtney Williams is that Chennedy Carter, the team's returning leading scorer from the past year, who would have been the Rookie of the Year last season if she didn't get hurt for 1 or 2 weeks. She would have been the Rookie of the Year last year. She's supposed to be the face of the franchise. Number 4 pick of the 2020 WNBA draft, right? So if she just magically gets suspended and magically gets benched around the 4th of July and never comes back, that's something very fishy, in my opinion. Something extremely fishy. And, the team could have let it go. But a couple players subtweeted about it, including Courtney Williams and Tiffany Hayes. They both said something about it. They both sent shots to, oh, you need to respect your vets. You need to do this. You need to do this. So anyways, fast forward to now. Remember that Chennedy Carter tweet? I'm going to have it up on the screen. So you can read it in the meantime. She deleted it. But but I have screenshots. Someone say screenshots. Somewhere where people ain't crazy AF for no reason and ain't got to baby or babysit. Christina Williams said, hey, Marcus, you also managed Tiffany Hayes, and she tweeted something that appeared to be a subtweet to what Chennedy Carter tweeted. Do you know what the heck they're doing? He said, I don't know nothing about that. I came here to talk about Courtney. He said, I don't know nothing about that. I said, okay. All right. So he don't know nothing about this Tiffany Hayes tweet from his client about Chennedy Carter. It's the biggest story around the team outside of this fight was the team's returning leading scorer suddenly vanishing for the last 2 months of the season. All right. So he had that. He didn't know about that. And he also hasn't spoken to Renee Montgomery in years. That's what he said, in years. And then he also tried to pull out the black card, right? He said all these people, for black women, the black image, black people trying to do things and people try to tear it down. People try to diminish it and stuff like that. All right, I want to say something on that. Look, I love my people. I love being black. I'm proud of being black. You could look up anything you want, whatever. It's history solidified on the internet. I support black people. I love black people to the point where people complain in comment sections about how proud I am to be black and how much I love to talk about being black and blah, blah, blah. I got on this hoodie right now that my black mother made me. She made it in Black History Month. I'm black every month, but this month I'm blackity black black. You know what I'm saying? I love being black. This has nothing to do with tearing down black folks. Because I wish everything... I started off the video shouting out Christina Williams. Shout out black women. Shout out black women in media spaces doing it big. Christina Williams, amazing interview tonight. a great CEO, member of the Forbes 30 for 30 list or 30 under 30 list for journalists and people in the media space. We give black women their flowers on this channel. You can also check those receipts if you don't believe me. If you might be new to, because there's a lot of people new to the channel. But yeah, man, this has nothing to do with me trying to tear down some black folks or you, brother. I hate saying brother. That sounds so forced and unnatural. Or you, man. Or you, bro. It's not no shot at you, coming at you. This is just saying what you said on the social media network, on the live network. You chose to go live because you say you didn't want to do a PR statement or a little phone note. And trust me, I get it. I get it. Believe it or not, for reasons that I still choose not to speak or address. I get it. I know how it feels to be in the middle of something that it feels like the entire world's talking about. And it's all on you. And you're just frustrated because it's just a bunch of strangers from behind the keyboards and phones just talking about you. You want to set the record straight. You want to tell them, hey, guys, shut up. Listen to me. This is the truth. This is my only truth. Good day, sir. I say good day. You remember that from like Zach and Cody? What was that? But yeah, like I wish I wanted to do that. It's human nature to want to defend yourself like that. In times like these, you got to lay low. You got to lay low. Let the tide run. As you said on the live, you said Courtney made a mistake by uploading that video and resurfacing it and bringing it to her bigger platform, and it blew up in her face. And that wasn't her intention. She had no ill intent behind it. She didn't want to get Crystal Bradford out of a job. She didn't want to do any of that. She's a good person. She was just being playful. And she later learned that was the wrong mistake because it was misinterpreted from the way her intent of putting it out to the world, right? There's this thing that Courtney has created, right? There's this, kind of ripple wave that she's created. And you want to calm down the storm. You want to calm down the waves. ESPN, Team Z, everybody and their mama talking about it. That's another thing. Renee Montgomery's statement. We're going to get to that next. Right? And you want to calm it down because don't nobody know y'all and it ain't the truth. And you know the truth and you want everybody to know the truth. I understand. I get it. I know the urge. I know the feeling far too well. At the same time, man, in moments like these, bro, you have to understand people are going to believe what they believe. People are going to run with what they run with, and it just is what it is. All you can do is put out a little statement. Folks going to kill the statement. Folks going to kill you if you go on live, and is nothing you can do to turn people's opinions away from what they already had. You're not going to convert anybody like that, man. And the thing is, I feel like so many people have understood the criticism on this situation. Like I said, for the past 10 minutes in the video, the criticism is not, okay, Courtney Williams had 10 people cornering her and she had to back up and swing and back up and swing and back up and swing to get out of the situation so she wouldn't get jumped, right? It's not about the fight. If the fight was in May and there was footage of it and people who was at the club have that fight footage and the Dream was aware of the footage and they were aware of the situation before the season and they didn't say anything, leave it at that. Leave it at that. That's a godsend. Go on about your way. My good and faithful servant. Whatever the heck is. Go on about your way. Chill out. Lay low. Don't speak on it again. What people are criticizing is that the fact that she chose to resurface it on a platform that's larger than any other little Twitter profile that would have tweeted it out. They just would have tweeted it out, right? That's the issue that not only myself had with it in my video, but other people around the internet as well. So anyways, now getting into Renee Montgomery's statement. Listen, I've read the tweets and I appreciate y'all's concerns for the Dream players. As a franchise, we have to take the good with the bad as a part of the game. I look forward to getting this much national and local coverage when good things happen. # welcome newbies. The last sentence was about as passive aggressive can get. And the hashtag welcome newbies was just inaccurate. It was just inaccurate, man. Chris Williamson already pointed this out, as well as many other people. I believe Alexa over there, the UConn reporter, she brought that up in her thread about what's going on with the Atlanta Dream right now and stuff like that. And it's like, literally, in 2020, something you guys just got an award for about a couple months ago at the ESPYs, right? Remember that in July? They got the humanitarian award from the ESPYs, one of the humanitarian civilian awards for their great works of turning Georgia blue and voting Kelly Loeffler out of office and voting Kelly Loeffler, pushing her out from selling her ownership from the Atlanta Dream, from something that you took, right? You were part of the ownership group for the Atlanta Dream, and they got plenty of positive press. Everybody was like, dang, not only did the Atlanta Dream push this evil lady, or, I'm trying to speak subjectively, so I guess not only did the Atlanta Dream push out this lady who had just kind of distasteful opinions, in our opinion, out of office because they didn't believe in what she believed in, and it was just beyond political. It was things that they felt like were basic human rights, and they pushed her out of there, and they stood up and they spoke up for what they believed in. Not only did they do that, the people that replaced her, one of them used to play for us, and she's black. In the year of the black woman, this is the most wonderful thing. Black magic, black girl magic. You do it, Renee. It was nothing but support for the whole situation, for the Warnock election. Everybody said, and the first thing they said, man, people got to give the Atlanta Dream for flipping Georgia blue. It's a historical thing because Georgia hasn't been blue since, like the 80s or something like that? There was an entire podcast about it with Rembert and Joel Wicker and stuff like that. Like, it was a big deal in Georgia. It was a big deal in Georgia. The Atlanta Dream were at the forefront of it, and they got more than enough recognition about it. Congratulations for what y'all did last year, Atlanta Dream. Whether or not what you're on right side, left side, red, blue, whatever the heck, you gotta salute the fact that they stood up for something and they stood firm against even their boss. And then the new boss became just someone who has never been seen before, a former player as a owner of the team that she just played for. Like, that's never been seen before in most professional sports leagues, in most major American professional sports leagues. And everybody applauded it. So, Renee, what are we talking about here? When you say we don't get this much good coverage when good things happen. Another thing, you guys haven't won. You guys haven't won since 2018, Renee, when you were starting on the team. When you guys were in Georgia Tech going against the Washington Mystics and Elena Del Don, who was playing on one leg at Georgia Tech, and she took Washington to the finals and they won the championship when Elena Del Don was on one leg. That's the last time you guys have been winning. Nikki Collin won Coach of the Year that year. If you want me to, if I'm a newbie, okay, Nikki Collin won Coach of the Year. Angel McCoughtry was out that year. I believe she got hurt or she was sitting out that season. And it was back-to-back season because it was like 2017, she sat out. 2018, she came back. You were on the team. And then I believe she tore her ACL that season. So she was out for back-to-back years, right? And you guys overachieved and you made it to the semifinals. And you were led by Tiffany Hayes. Tiffany Hayes really exploded that season as well, becoming an all-star. She hit the shot at half court against the Connecticut Sun in Connecticut. But I'm a newbie, so what do I know? Anyways, you guys haven't won since that day. No one on that team is here anymore. Like, except for Elizabeth Williams and Tiffany Hayes. And then you're in the front office now. So it's like Nikki Collin left before the season. Everybody else you can go down that roster is gone. Like, Angel's gone. Everybody's gone. So it's like, what are you talking about? I hope we get this motion national. You guys haven't given much to publicize other than this team exists in the South and they lose a lot. Like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want, Renee? So, I mean, you got as much positive coverage as you could from the past year, but it is what it is. Moving on, it comes back to the Kennedy Carter situation. it comes back to the Kennedy Carter situation because at the end of the day, a young talent in the W who has had a past with in college, maybe y'all, she might be difficult. The girl's nickname is Hollywood, for crying out loud, because people say she act Hollywood. What did you expect, right? So it's like, I feel like, first, okay, let me address this. I'm all over the place. The Dream have so much to address. I don't know if you can get in videos and stuff like that. But shout out to Angel once again. And she was talking about Crystal Bradford and stuff like that. Crystal Bradford, I already addressed that. But Crystal Bradford, I feel bad for her, for sure, for working her butt off, and just being a good person and a good teammate and a good friend of sticking up for her teammate. And she didn't ask for that thing to be blasted out and resurfaced and everything like that. And it's just unfortunate for her. I really hope, like my boy Bailey Caldwell said, that she gets another opportunity. But this really just goes back to Kennedy Carter. They mishandled the Kennedy Carter situation. The front office is as much to blame as anybody else. They mishandled it all the way. Kennedy Carter gets benched. They're asked about benchings. The coaches are discreet. They don't say anything. They're vain. They don't say anything specific of why she's on the bench. Why one of your best scorers on the team is only playing 2-3 minutes. And then they suspend her out of nowhere. And then there's a couple people who trying to work on reports. Shout out to Spencer Nesbaum. He tries to get out a report. He gets out a report. And then Tiffany Hayes, remember her? She comes in and says, wow, ain't seen one story right yet. LOL. Well, Joker, someone tell us what's happening. No one knows what's going on. Kennedy Carter is just Chris, I'm going to call you right back. I'm recording. Chris, I'm going to call you right back. I'm recording. But no one knows. No one knows what's going on. Tell somebody what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It was a mess. And she was just gone for months. And it was for, apparently, she argued. Apparently, she got into a physical altercation with a teammate in the locker room. And it turns out one of them teammates was in our own dang physical altercation outside on camera and got away with it because, the altercation happened because she needed to, and it was self-defense, and she was totally not in the wrong, right? But she resurfaced it and chose to resurface it herself, and it's not reading the room. It's a lack of not reading the room. The franchise, the biggest story around this franchise going into the offseason is, what are they going to do with Kennedy Carter, who was suspended for allegedly fighting her teammates? The first thing you think, okay, season's over. Let's do the story time addressing this fight video from 5 months. That doesn't even connect. You just didn't read the room, man. And I just feel bad for Kennedy, man. I'm not going to lie. I feel bad for Kennedy because she's just in a bad situation. And it's like, and if the girl was going through a tough time, if the woman was going through a tough time her first couple of years in the league, the coach that she loved and trust and everything like that, because she gave her the keys her rookie year, just left a couple of days before the season started. She gets the, oh snap, this is a business. These aren't my friends this is a business at the end of the day. To get hit with that, to get hit with the other things that she's been dealing with. And if her nickname is Hollywood, the woman is going to need a little coddling, quote unquote. So I don't get it, man. She's a special talent. I think the pros outweigh the cons with Kennedy Carter so far, so early in her career. I don't get why you would just throw that away. And that's who I feel the worst for in this situation, because Renee Montgomery didn't come out and speak and defend Kennedy Carter publicly. No one came out and defended Kennedy Carter publicly. She's a kid. She's a kid. And for a team that finds itself in the lottery for how many consecutive year? Probably every year since that 2018 season I was just talking about. But to find yourself in the lottery for the third, fourth season, and to have a player who can pretty much probably get you out of that situation eventually if you just built around her. To not try to be understanding. We talk about that's another thing. We talk about mental health, and we talk about mental health is real. So-and-so is real. But dang, when someone's struggling and they're young and they're learning, See, the thing with Courtney Williams, another thing with Court, is like Court has been through this before. She's talking about getting grace and I made mistakes. I bumped my head. Court sucked me dry. I spent that bread. The thing about it is like Courtney has been in situations in Connecticut. Courtney has been in other situations where she's had to, issue apologies and clean stuff up. You know what I'm saying? And she's a vet in the league. That's why you can get on court a little more than you can Chennedy. Kennedy's a kid. She didn't even stay her senior year. She declared for the draft as soon as she could. And this is her second season. This was her second season in the W. And it's just like you say this thing about vets and everything like that, but what if this kid is different? Everybody learns things in different ways. You have to treat everybody different. You got to approach people differently. You got to speak to people differently. I can't speak to player A same way I complete to player B. I feel like they just completely failed her. And that's who I feel the most for right now, because this is a great talent that, I don't know where her career goes from here. And it's an unfortunate thing. And it happens a lot in the W. You look at the Dallas Wings, their situation over there with Dana Evans, Chelsea Dungy, and even Charlie Collier. All four of them, that they drafted last season. It's like they just mishandled it. They didn't handle it the right way. Shout out to the New York Liberty, who handled all their rookies the right way and stuff like that. But it's like, Blake Dietrich even comes in at late in the season. And, I said this in another video, but she's praising Ari McDonald because she doesn't come in thinking she knows everything as a rookie. And that's a subliminal. You're kicking Chennedy when she's down. The woman is suspended. She's not even back yet. It's like, let's approach people differently. I don't get it. Because this is a talent and a person, face of the franchise, that can potentially change the fortune and the direction of this franchise for a very long time. And I don't know any of these jokers. I'm just speaking from the outside. I'm just a fan. But as a fan, from the outside looking in, the perspective of it, it doesn't look awfully good for you guys at all as a franchise. And it doesn't look good for the way that you guys have handled Chennedy Carter. This is 30 minutes, 35 minutes, 40 minutes. So I'm going to let you guys get out of here. If you made it to this part, you are a true, real one. I'm going to try to edit this where it was a couple points where I didn't know what the heck I was about to say and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to edit that tonight. Everything like that. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the new viewers and everything like that. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 2K subs. This is just a saga, man. It's a tiring saga, but it's a saga that we've dipped our foot in, and it's a soap opera that we have to continue following. So you guys just stay patient. Basketball will still be here and everything like that, but I just had to address this and stuff. Anyways, take care of yourselves. Be easy and stay safe. I care for you. If no one else told you today, I care for you.